How's it going, guys? David here, and I want to make this video to answer the question, or to first ask the question: are you late? And you can, I guess, fill in the blank for whatever is it that you are thinking that you're late for. As an example, are you late to start an online business? Is it all over if you didn't start 10 years ago, like I did, or however many years ago it was? I think 2014. You do the math on that. That's like 11 years at this point. Are you late to get in shape? Are you late to start, some fill in the blank, whatever it is that you think that you're late for. Now, the reason that I'm making this video is my birthday's coming up at the end of the month. And every year you kind of think, okay, this is it. Here's another year. I'm maturing, I'm growing. And I've noticed that literally every single year, ever since I was like, I don't know, 30, I'm turning 46 soon. But ever since I was like 30, every year it just gotten better and better and better and better and better. At the same time, though, I'm currently in Asia, and I've noticed that the place that I'm at has a lot of tourists that kind of come, and some people, I guess, are expats. They kind of stay just like me, kind of traveling around and setting up base and being around. But I noticed that a lot of people get here, and there's like two paths basically that people take. One path is like the most common one, where they just kind of drink all day, party all day, eat all day, and that's about it. That's kind of where it starts and where it ends. The other path, the path that kind of I chose to take, because about a year ago, sometime around November last year, I was somewhere around 110 kilograms. Translate that to pounds, that's about 250 pounds, something like that. I don't know exactly, but let's say 240, 250 pounds. Fast forward to today, a year later, a little bit over a year later, I've lost 38 kilos, which is about 84 pounds. I don't drink. Occasionally, I will drink, sometime. And I'm probably in the best shape I've ever been in my life. Now, for someone to kind of start a fitness journey at 45, I know a lot of people, don't know them personally, but I'm familiar with a lot of people that at that point, that's when they kind of give up. Same thing happened with the online business. When I started the online business, I was 30, I don't know, 30 something at the time. I think my daughter was like 2 or 3 or something, 11 years ago. So yeah, she was 3. And I was in massive debt. I had no idea what I was doing online. But I did know that, it always had an allure for me, always had this, man, it would be really nice to work from a laptop. That was kind of the thought in my head. It would be really nice to not have to stay stuck in traffic. It would be really nice to fill in the blank. So I guess what I want to kind of portray in this video is, it's not too late. It's not too late. Like, I would have done this fitness journey even if it was 10 years from now. And by fitness journey, I mean, I just educated myself on what not to eat. I had to unlearn some stuff. When it came to like fitness stuff, there's really not much that I do. I don't go to the gym. Let me give you guys an example of what I'm talking about here. Let me just pause the video for a second. Okay, so this is what I look like now. This is literally me. About 2 weeks ago, I picked up this Ninja, which is like the coolest bike ever, by the way. I've always wanted one. It's one of the coolest bikes I've I've always wanted one since I was like a teenager. I always ninja was like a thing, right? So this is what I look like now, after a year's journey with diet, like fixing my diet, understanding what not to eat, what to eat, understanding what exercises actually do make a difference. Because you could go to the gym all you want. I don't go to the gym personally. I don't like the gym. I don't like waiting for machines. I don't like the whole atmosphere in the gym. There's usually, like, I don't know, it's just not for me. What I like to do is outdoor stuff. So, like, take a walk and do a few push-ups. All you need for push-ups is your hands and a floor. That's about all you need. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, as an example, when it came to getting a motorcycle, I didn't have a motorcycle license until probably about 3 years ago. Was I late to get a motorcycle license at 42 or 43? You would think that that would be the case. Let's just go back to the video here. You would think, okay, man, if I didn't get one in my 20s, what's the point of getting one now, or in my 30s? So, same thing happened with the online business. When I started, it seemed like all the good ideas were taken. It seemed like, it's something that, I don't know, people have this charisma or this special ability to make money, or the special writing ability to write emails, or this special charisma on video, or this special talent of like just being charming or whatever. None of that was true, by the way. A lot of it, what you'll find is, a lot of it is just showing up. And using your brain is very useful, by the way. Actually paying attention. One of the biggest things that I see, even in my own life, is, I have this thing that I've decided many, many years ago. This is when it came, like, right around the time that I started the online business, was that, look, if, when I started the online business, I didn't really have too much of a choice. I had to make it work because I got fired from my job several months before that. But it was like do or die. It was basically make it happen or die trying. That was the attitude that I kind of took with it. And that worked. That worked really well because I had no choice. It was like burning the ships when you get to the to the enemy line, so to speak. So there's no going back home. Now you either conquer the place or you don't get to leave. And that's really the attitude that I believe you got to take with this. Like, as an example, now I'm not at my diet goal yet, even though I've lost 84 pounds. Probably need to lose about another 6 more kilos, which is approximately 14 more pounds. It's coming off really nicely. The last 14 pounds is the 14 pounds that actually reveals my abs. And I have a goal until several months from now to already have abs for the New Year's here. The Asian New Year, because there's a huge water festival and I want to be shirtless the whole week. That's basically my goal. I know it's a stupid goal, but hey, that's my goal. That's what I want to do. And it's the same thing. It's a year ago I decided, you know what? This is it. I'm going to do it or I'm going to die trying. That's it. That's literally it. So if you're thinking now about starting an online business, if you're thinking about starting an online business, but you're coming into it with a mindset of a tourist. What do I mean by a tourist? What are tourists? Tourists go to a place, they hang out for 3 days, 4 days, a week, 10 days, and then they leave. You can't be a tourist if you're starting an online business. Starting an online business is literally like, the best, I guess, metaphor that I can come up with is like having a girlfriend. If you've, let's say, met a girl and you pay no attention to her, or you pay 5 minutes attention to her on a daily basis, how much do you think that relationship will actually develop? Now, I'm not a relationship expert, but I can tell you it's not going to develop much because you're not paying any attention, right? You need to invest your time, invest your effort, invest your understanding of what is going on, like what's in front of you. That's an online business. If you're not paying attention, if you take care of it, it will take care of you. That's literally how like an online business works. Just like at your job right now, whatever is it that you do, I don't know, you deliver newspapers, you drive for Uber, you do whatever you do, okay, whatever your job is. There's a certain action that you needed to learn how to do. Maybe you came into it knowing, like example, if you were an Uber driver, well, you came into it knowing how to drive. But initially, when you were learning how to drive, you had to pay attention, right? Nobody's born knowing how to drive. Let me just open this thing again. Here we go. So there's a skill set that you need to learn. There's a skill set that you need to become good at if you're going to do online marketing, if you're going to have an online business. And that skill set is, driving traffic, knowing how to get people over to an affiliate link. That skill set can extend to knowing what bonuses to offer. That skill set can extend to, writing promotional messages, which now is super easy with the help of AI and everything. I mean, everybody's using AI these days, including myself, to write emails. You basically tell it what you want it to write, it writes it for you, and then you tweak it a little bit to make it sound more like you, load it into the autoresponder and click send. That skill set may also, will also, not may also, include building an audience. These are not things that are probably secrets to many of you. You probably know all of this. But many of you watching this video are not there yet. You don't have an online business that fully gives you the income that you need in order to live your best life. So how come my online business can do that and yours can't? Well, I don't know what you're doing with your online business, but when I'm doing my online business, there's certain things that need to be there. There's certain things that need to happen, like driving traffic, not negotiable. You need to do that. This is not oh, do I feel like getting traffic today? Do I feel like sending an email today? If you don't send an email, you don't get to eat. How about that? That's how intense this is, right? But again, you got to treat it like a business. Same thing with my diet stuff. In the beginning, I was kind of, futzing around with it a little bit, not really, because a lot of it was education that I didn't have yet, like knowing how much protein I need to intake, knowing what foods raise your blood sugar, knowing what foods don't raise your blood sugar, knowing what foods are helpful for promoting weight loss and stuff like that, and what foods to completely avoid, like entirely, and how to kind of manage everything and how to come up with a sustainable way. Like, sometimes you learn about a diet, and this happened to me many times where, the way I got to here was with a lot of failure. I've tried many things, tried many, diets that I've learned about on YouTube, and many things like, example, one example is the egg diet. It's like, just look it up on YouTube, just search the egg diet. People are saying, oh, hey, I lost, 10 kilograms in a month. That's insane, right? Like 10 kilograms, that's a lot of weight. But who wants to eat eggs for a month, man? Like, nobody wants to eat just eggs for a month. You might do it for like 3 days, you might do it for a week, but you're not going to be able to sustain that long term unless you're really into eggs. And even if you are, that will ruin it for you, believe me. So going back to the are you late thing, I thought I was late to start an online business back in 2013. I really did. I really did. And when I had a conversation with my mentor at the time, he started, I don't know, several years before me. I think it was, I don't know how many years exactly, but he was doing it for a while already when I met him. And he thought he was late, like getting into it when he did. So there's no if I know knowing what I know today it's actually easier, in my opinion, to start an online business than it ever was in the past. Because as technology has improved, prices have gone down of things that you need, like tools. A lot of tools that are now free. There's a lot of things that you could use in your online business, like AI, to help you promote and do things. So no, you're not late, but what you will need to get over is this feeling that you missed out because, yeah, obviously it would have been better if you started 10 years ago. Um, it would have been better if I started 10 years before I actually did because I would have been, that much far ahead. Same thing with a diet. I wish I started it before, but again, when the time is right, the time is right. What you do need is something that is sustainable, meaning that you could do day in, day out. When it comes to the online business, there's some stuff you're just not gonna like. I never liked writing emails like from scratch. It was always a brain scratcher for me. Um, but I got over it. I never, in the beginning, making videos was hard for me, but I got over it. Coming up with bonus packages was super difficult, but I got over it. You just do it, do it, do it, do it over and over and over and over. And that's, I guess, my message. Are you late? No, you're not late. But if you get into it with like half-assed kind of, oh, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna be a tourist here. I'm gonna just try it for a week. Don't, because it's not gonna go anywhere. When I took on this fitness journey a year ago, when I started, it started off with just me deciding, okay, you know what? If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it all the way. I'm literally gonna do it or die trying. Period. I'm gonna get to my ideal weight, or I'm just gonna die trying. That's the attitude to take with this. Now, some of you may not like hearing that because you don't have that kind of. You may not have areas in your life where you just exhibited that kind of behavior. But that's what it takes, man. That's what it takes to make it in an online business because, it's not going to be easy, especially in the beginning, especially in the phase where you're building your audience. If you've got no audience right now, like literally 0 subscribers, 0 followers, no email list, no nothing, seeing the first 10, 20 people, 30 people, 50 people subscribe to your mailing list may feel like an amazing accomplishment, and it is because you're starting. But to get results, you're going to need to get into the thousands of subscribers. And I mean thousands. I'm not talking like 1,000. I'm talking like tens of thousands if you want to make a big splash in your bank account. On average, you can expect approximately, again, this will vary a lot depending on how you engage with your list and stuff. But on average, for every 1 subscriber you have on your mailing list, you should be earning about $1 a month. So if you have a mailing list of, let's say, 5,000 people, on average, you should be making somewhere around $5K a month. You could be making a lot more than that. You could be making a lot less than that. You could be making 0 if you don't send them any emails and you don't engage with them. But that's basically, that's been true for me for the whole time that I've had a list and for many other people that I know. So I guess my final kind of thoughts on this is, are you late? No, you're not late. But you got to go into it with the right mindset. You got to go into it with, I'm going to figure this out or I'm going to die trying, period. Like, it's just, there's no quitting. There's going to be a bunch of stuff that you're going to try and it's not going to work. There's going to be a bunch of stuff that, you're going to try and it will work amazingly well and you should do more of whatever that thing is. Like, as an example, if you find some traffic source that works really well, or a type of Facebook post that you make and it gets you sales, or a type of video that you upload, or a type of review you upload to YouTube and things like that, or a type of email that you send, you should do more of that. I already know what those things are for me, because I've been doing this for that long. And same with the diet. I already figure out the food stuff. I know exactly what I'm eating every day. And every day, predictably, the weight goes down every single day. It's no different than an online business. It's no different than any other area once you figure it out, so to speak. Now, when it comes to the online stuff, the online business stuff, many things that you will, like information that you would take in, that people will show you, hey, do this and you can expect this result. It's not going to work like that because the execution is never the same. The circumstances are never the same. The subscribers are never the same. It's always like a different, kind of a environment that you're doing it in. So, take that into consideration. Take that into, okay, I'm going to try different traffic sources. I'm going to try different promotions. I'm going to try. And that's really what it comes down to. Just an online business is just about picking promotions, having an audience to promote that to. And picking promotions, I've simplified that. I can even tell you what I do. It's always just using tools, programs, and things that work for me. That's the easiest stuff for me to promote. I've tried promoting stuff in the past that I haven't used, but it's almost like you drive a Mazda and you are a salesperson for Mercedes or BMW, but you don't drive one. You don't know what Mercedes or BMW drive like. You don't know anything about the car other than what they show you in the thing. You never drove one, essentially. So it's much easier if you actually promote the things that you use. For me, anyways, that's what it is. So I use, online traffic, things that I promote. I use specific tools, software in my business. That's what I like to promote. I use, membership stuff that I'm a member of. That's what I like to promote because it works for me. I already know the program inside and out. I already know how it works. I already know with the mechanics of it. So those are the things that are the easiest for me to promote. That works for me. For you, you might be doing something else. Example, I know people that promote plenty of stuff that they don't own or use, and they do great with it. Look at the Warrior Forum as an example, the Warrior Plus. Plenty of people promoting all kinds of stuff that they've never actually implemented, all kinds of methods, all kinds of traffic sources, all kinds of things that they've never used themselves. To me, that's a little comical. I think that's, I don't know. I can't, I don't really have any comments on that because I'm not in that space. I personally like to only promote things that I use. If I use it and it's good and it works, then it's the easiest promotion ever because it's just telling people, hey, here's what this does. Here's what it did for me. You might want to check it out. And that's it. That's my promotions. Now, obviously, around that, there's emails, there's bonuses, there's things like that. And that's what I do. I have an audience. I use a tool or some traffic source or something that works for me, essentially. And then what I do is I just promote it to that audience. And usually I offer some bonuses, have it's a limited time promotion. That always helps because, if the only thing that's available 24/7 is the toilet, you don't want to be promoting things 24/7. You want to have a limited time promotion, which is something that, again, I've learned, right? So going back to the original question, are you late? No, you're not late. If you want to get in shape, you can get in shape. If you want to start an online business and have it fully functional, operational, supporting your best lifestyle within 6 months or a year, you can do it. It is possible. Knowing what I know today, being around this industry for this long, it's literally just a matter of you building an audience and then consistently promoting stuff to them. What to promote? Well, I told you what I do. I always promote stuff that I use. Things that I personally like to use myself. Now that does have a limitation, obviously, because I don't use that many things, but I don't promote a lot of stuff. I don't want to promote 5,000 different programs. That's not, I'm too lazy for that. But the programs that I do promote, it's a long promotion, and I usually put a whole thing around it. It's a whole email series, bonuses, videos, membership area, the whole shebang bang. Everything goes into it. Give you an example. What was it? 2024, about 2024, around, yeah, a little over a year ago. Started a promotion for a little backup program. Um, great, great little tool. Great deal, by the way. They give like, I think it's like a ton of storage, basically, like 6 terabytes of storage versus 2 terabytes that you get with other companies. And you can store all your stuff in it, basically, and it's for a really good price. So, tried it, worked. Okay, perfect. This is something that I can promote. Started promoting it, built a team of probably over 2,000 people in it. I haven't even checked how many people are in it right now. All I know is more people are being added every single day, and the team is growing. But that's a promotion that took like, at this point, it's over a year. Still running. Still running. That's what I'm talking about. Like, but that's, again, I'm not saying that that's the only way to promote. If you like putting together new stuff, new promotions all the time, then you might want to check out what the Warrior Plus has, because there's products coming up every single day, 5, 6, 10 of them. So you can pick something and promote something, and tomorrow pick something to promote something. But I don't recommend that you do that, first of all, because it's a lot of work. Putting promotions together is not something that you do very fast. Like, it takes some time to do. So if you are trying to cut down on how many things you do, you might not want to promote 7 different 1,000 programs. And the other reason that why I don't like promoting that many things is because it confuses the heck out of the people on your list. Imagine if you're sending out a promotion today, telling people about this new amazing program, and you're talking about it for the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, a week, 2 weeks, usually not even, like, usually it's about a week. And then when that's over, now next week you're talking about some new amazing program. It's like, well, what happened to the last amazing program from last week? So, and you're doing that over and over and over. So it's like every week or every 3 days you're introducing something new. That can be a little much, right? Plus, not to mention all the time and effort that it takes to putting together those promotions. So, going back to the original question, are you late? No, but you will need to develop a skill set. That skill set may be, again, building an audience, whether it's on YouTube, your email list, TikTok following, Instagram following, I don't know, whatever you want to pick. I personally don't do Instagram. I don't do a lot of stuff except like YouTube and mailing list. Those are my 2 favorites. And YouTube usually is where, like, I get the new traffic, the new viewers to look at the video, and then they click on the link in the video, go to a page that I set up, enter their email, and that's when they get on my email list, and then that's where I communicate with them more and more and more. So yeah, that's what I wanted to kind of touch on this video. Are you late? No, you're not. You're not late. You're not late at all. It doesn't really matter what your age is. You're not late, because anyone can start anything at any point in time. But you have to commit. You have to really put time and effort into it if you wanted to produce something for you. You can't just be like, okay, I'm going to try setting up an online business over the next 3 days, and if it doesn't work, oh well, I'll just go back to watching Monday Night Raw or whatever. That does not work. Okay, that does not work. That's tourist mentality, and this industry treats tourists very badly. This is why this industry also has a black eye, so to speak. People saying, oh, all these methods, all these things, they don't work. Really? They don't work? I can show you every single method. Show me one traffic method as an example that you, or any method to make money online, and I will show you somebody making 7 figures with that. Even with, like, simple things like SEO. Is SEO dead? No, it's not dead. But you got to be a pro. You got to be really good at it in order to make it work. So the pros make big money with it. Facebook traffic, personally, never worked for me. It was never a thing that I was, I tried it a few times, couldn't figure it out. I was like, okay, not going to do that. Switched over to email marketing primarily and YouTube. And that's what worked for me. YouTube is cool because I can just upload a video whenever I feel like uploading a video. And usually when I'm in the middle of a promotion, that's every day, every other day. That's kind of stuff that I do when you're in the middle of a promotion. Sometimes it's months. And it's usually like update videos and things like that. Sorry guys, this thing keeps timing out. Let me just open this. So, if you're going to start an online business, here's my advice to you. Commit. Actually commit. Ask yourself, why do you want an online business? For me, it was easy. It was because I don't have any other income source. I need to make it work. it was this or go live under a bridge. That's it. And thank God that's what happened when I got fired from my job and I had to make it work, because like since 2014, I've never been stuck in traffic for work purposes because I don't have to drive anywhere. Never missed a meeting because there's no team. I'm a one-man show. I don't have employees. I don't have anything. I've been able to travel the world. I've been able to visit all kinds of countries, take my daughter to Disneyland when she was a kid, take her on a month and a half Euro trip. We're talking like staying a week in every place, like a real vacation, like not like a 3-day getaway. I'm talking about and we've done that multiple times. Last time we went to Hawaii, Vegas, LA. Year before that we did, what did we do? Portugal, Spain, Italy, Greece. That's the kind of stuff that an online business can enable you to do. And that's why I wanted it. That's why I wanted to be able to work from my laptop and have complete location freedom and complete control over, okay, if I really put in the effort, I know that I can make a promotion a success. But if I decide to, slack off and be lazy, and like I did back in I don't know, I think it was around 2020, where I took a year and a half off. Okay, cool. No problem. Business goes on hold for a little bit, and that was it. So it allows you to have that kind of flexibility. Is it worth it? Was it worth all the pains of learning and figuring stuff out and setting things up and learning how to send emails and recording videos and doing all that? Was it worth it? Absolutely, it was worth it. I'm sitting at a very high floor in probably one of the newest buildings in my city, having this amazing view. My day, on the days that I do decide to work, it's usually a couple hours. I don't work every day. I very, very consistently take long weekends. It's just a thing. It allows me to go do my workouts, go for walks on the beach, allows me to hang out with friends. It basically total time freedom, which can be dangerous because when you're your own boss and if you have a shit work ethic, well, guess what? Good news, you're your own boss. Bad news, you're your own boss. And you might have a shit boss if you're not good at, putting your, sitting your butt down and getting things done. But when it's your main income source, I hope that, you're taking it very seriously, because again, if you don't put time into it, nothing's going to happen. So guys, let me wrap up this video. This video is getting pretty long, 30 plus minutes already. I hope that this helps at least one person, and if it did, then this video did its job. And I hope that it inspires you, because what's the alternative? to stay where you're at. Like imagine project into the future. Okay, what happens if you stay exactly where you're at? Same job, same people around you, same routine, same everything. I didn't have the luxury of imagining that stuff because to me, the worst thing that could have ever happened did. I got fired from my job and I have a small baby at home. And not only do I not have savings, I was actually over $40,000 in debt when I started my online business. It was not a good place to be in, but it motivated the heck out of me. I mean, try having a baby at home for motivation when you need to buy all the, the baby stuff. it was pretty intense, but it got me to where I am today because I didn't have time for any fluff. I just kind of hit it really hard, hired a coach, hired a mentor, got me through making my first dollar, first 10, first 20. I mean, it was just the first month with, working with that guy. It was over $3,000. By the fourth month, I was already bringing in over $18,000 a month. Not profits, but just in total revenue, which was insane. I thought I was literally winning the lottery every single month. It was unbelievable. So let me wrap it up here. I hope that this helped again at least one person, and if it did, then this video did its job. And I hope that this inspires you to build your own, lifestyle. Start an online business or start something. Maybe this video will inspire you to get in shape. That's great. That's awesome. I feel better today than I have in many, many years before because the weight is off. I'm, training my muscles, so things are happening. Maybe a few more months for a 6-pack or at least a 2-pack or a 4-pack or some kind of pack. Right now the 1-pack. And yeah, just the commitment has been done. I'm not gonna let up until it's there, like until the result is there, like when it comes to the fitness stuff, when it comes to the diet stuff. Same thing with the online business. That part I'm already past many years because I've made the commitment, I've made it work, and I've consistently made it work since. So never took my foot off the gas, except for that 18-month period where I was retired technically. That was fun. Got a little boring towards the end, but it was fun. Because there's so much that you can do in a day until it's getting repetitive. Like how many movies can you watch? How many times can you do the same thing? So I decided to come out of retirement after about 18 months because it just felt right. But not in the same capacity. Now when I work, it's mostly like a couple hours a day, that kind of thing. If on the days that I do actually decide to work. So that's it, guys. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I appreciate it. Hopefully this helps someone, and if it does, and if this video helped you, leave a like or not. I honestly, it makes no difference to me. I'm still eating steak and drinking wine. Metaphorically, I don't eat steaks and I hate wine. Barely drink alcohol. It's not my thing. But again, up to you. Take this information seriously, make it work or not. Totally up to you. I'm here to show you what is possible, what's worked for me. And this stuff is ageless. You can do this any age, anytime, any place. You can start anywhere. So that's it. See you guys on the next video.